Very good, friends. Hi, Doc South here. Yeah, I'll be decked in my DJ shirt, heading up to the Chatterbox in let me see, about a half hour, maybe even a little sooner. This being, what is this? June, the middle of June, 2018. I was going through my emails, my emails are where believe it or not, is where I store a lot of my blurps in addition to on file in another part of the computer, I guess. I'm not sure where they are, to tell you the truth. But I saw this one blurb I did, like I said, back in darn near 9, 10 months ago. Excuse me, and I thought it apropos. It's about the Chatterbox. It's a day when I tell of a day when, with a very crowded a very crowded restaurant. Well, a restaurant's a store. Serves food, right? Sells food. The With a very crowded place, lines stretched all the way down to practically Somerville. People wanting to get in. The dishwasher broke, right? And you can imagine in a restaurant that ain't good. No, that's not a good thing. And the events that took place, I think, will make you feel very good about many of the young people of today. Okay, so let me read it. Okay, but again, this is now what, June of 2018. I'm sure the dishwasher's fine at the Chatterbox, and even if it were to break, the kids know what to do. Case in point, I'll read this to you. Okay, but I'm sure everything's fine up there. Okay, and I let me start the thing here. Friends, while working yesterday at the Chatterbox, I noticed something really cool. I ran this blurb I wrote about the event by Don Hall, the owner-manager of the Chatterbox. It was for his eyes only. Don enjoyed this so much that he said it was okay for me to share it with you. Enjoy. Okay, so here we go. The title of this one is "The Future Ain't That Bleak, Friends, for Example." You know how everyone's always saying how the future's so darn bleak. Oh, please. Okay. Well, here we go. Hi, Don. Now I'm reading the blurb. Hi, Don. I was sorry to hear about that your dishwashing machine broke down yesterday. I know that in a business like yours, any kind of equipment malfunction is nothing less than death on wheels. This is especially true when you're real busy. Having helped to run a roofing service company that worked from Washington, D.C. to Hartford, Connecticut, I know all about the lack of fun these things can be. My father, the owner of the roofing company, along with my brother Ed and I, used to have some wild stuff happen. It was nothing but a trip to the ulcer farm. We'd give one of our crews all the details they'd need for a job at a 200-foot high building in Washington, D.C. We'd then get a call from the foreman once they were on site and learned that they had only packed 150 feet of rope or a suction hose. That's what we used to take the rocks off the roof by way of these big tractor trailer vacuum cleaners. Yeah, and if you got a 200-foot high building, you need more than 150 feet of suction hose, right? Our crew would then sit around while my brother Ed and I drove down with the needed supplies that the men should have confirmed was on board when they left Jersey. That's just one story out of thousands. Ed and I made good money, but boy, we sure hated dealing with the snafus, man. To make a long story short, I felt your dismay when I got word about the dishwasher and looked at the long line of customers waiting to be fed. I saw it as one more piece of incoming bad news. It was the kind of bad news that often struck Ed and me. Luckily, in your case, there was good news to soften the bad. From my DJ booth, I overheard one of your older servers approach two of the younger servers. She told the two that there was a problem with the dishwasher, and from this point on, there'd be no standing around if there was no immediate waiter or waitress stuff to do. All available hands would be needed in the dishwashing area to help with the scrubbing. And, it's not just scrubbing, too, friends. You got to get all all the silverware wrapped up in a napkin. The dishes got to go to the right spot, in the assembly line, basically. Anyway, here I continue. The two servers didn't flinch a bit. They saw that their customers were okay for the moment, and without a complaint, off they went to help in the cleaning area. From that point on, they would come out periodically and check with their tables. If the diners needed anything, they tended to the customers' desires. If their section of the dining room was quiet, they went back and scrubbed. I'd see them both on occasions carrying stacks of freshly cleaned plates from the dishwashing area to wherever they were needed. This kind of action was happening in all sectors. Ryan, your acting manager, did all he could to oversee and cover where there might be a gap in the plan. Chef Reyes and his crew kept the food coming. I didn't see anything at all that appeared to be a slowing down of meals being served with all that turmoil. Yeah. The dining room was packed and there was a long line. Still, it all kept moving in spite of the dishwashing machine. I doubt the customers even had the slightest of hints that there was a problem in the back. The great thing to me was that none of your staff complained. They took it all in stride. Sure, they were very tired at the end of their shifts. The poor dishwasher was dragging a bit towards the end of the shift, but he and everyone else wasn't grumbling. No. Frankly, I think they looked more pleased with themselves than they usually do after a shift. I was very proud of them myself and thankful to have seen their efforts pay off. I guess what I'm trying to point is that no matter what happens to the Chatterbox, you have at least 15 years worth of kids who have come up through the ranks and have learned some valuable lessons about work by serving in your restaurant. They think of all the great things they'll do as time goes by. Think also of the great kids they'll raise right. If you ask me, you've done a great job in teaching valuable life lessons. Today, while you've got your hands deep, this again was done back in October. Today, Don, while you got your hand deep in the bowels of the dishwashing machine, and you're covered up to your neck in whatever it was that messed the darn thing up, think of that great staff of yours and how they'll take the world by storm, no matter what blocks their way. A lot of what they'll do later in life is your doing. You have a great staff, although I'm not too sure about that DJ you dragged in off the street. Other than that, though, yeah, the place is great. But, and that was the blurb. Again, of course, near as I know, the dishwashing machine's fine today in middle of June in 2018. But I got to say, I've always been impressed with the stuff those kids do at the Chatterbox. They are amazing. And so many have gone on, pilots, nurses. I don't know if any have become doctors. Many have been in the military, served well. I did say pilots, PhDs, very good salespeople. They got the confidence, and it's almost like they got paid to get a college education in chutzpah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very proud of those kids. They are just amazing. They just really are. Anyway, I thought I'd say. Well, I'm heading up to the Chatterbox. I'm going to have me a hamburger and play a few records. I got to make sure I get it right. Don't play the hamburger and eat the record. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, and we'll do a webcast too, of course. Okay, at least I hope, as long as the computer works. That's the thing too. Times when my computer messes up on me, usually the kids know what to do. They come over, oh, Doc, come on, here, you hit this button, that one, you got it? I said, no. Okay, we'll do it for you if you need it. Okay. Anyway, see you, friends. Bye now.